Good morning, YouTube family. I'm back at it again. Today, if you saw my yesterday's video, you know that I made brown butter chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. And I said that I was probably making focaccia and I would bring you guys along. So I decided to bring you guys along. So right now, I am collecting my ingredients. There's 4 cups of bread flour, and you want to use bread flour because it has way more protein. In Ghana, there's soft flour, hard flour, what I learned. I didn't know this. So soft flour is for cakes, cookies, etc. like that, baking. And hard flour is for making bread. So this is 4 cups of hard flour, 2 cups of lukewarm water. It's not lukewarm yet, that's why it's still sitting there. A tablespoon of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of salt. So I had the olive oil, the salt, and the water dissolving. Yes, dissolving and cooling before I add my yeast, because if you bake, you know if you put yeast in too hot of water, it will kill it and it won't rise. So what I'm thinking right now is, because I don't want to kill my yeast, like I said, I'm letting the water cool down. So it calls for 7 grams of yeast. I'm going to use this 10 gram packet because a couple of granules of yeast has never hurt anybody. Well, not in your food at least. I'm on something this morning, guys. And no, I haven't had any drinks because it's not even morning. This is afternoon. I'm starting this, but I'll probably be finishing it tomorrow. So if you see me in a change of outfit again, you know why. So I will bring you guys back when things get a little more going. Now that my water is warm, I'll add the yeast. I said it said 7 milligrams, 10 milligrams essential, so I'm going to use it all. And this is instant. You can use instant or regular rice. You want to mix it all in until it's nice and dissolved. I'll put my 4 cups of bread flour into a bigger bowl. About 5 minutes more, I'll come back and whisk it again, and then I'll add it all together. Now that the yeast has rested for about 5 minutes, we're going to put all in the flour. Put it all. It's gonna be a wet though. There's no need in top. You just gotta stretch and fold a bunch of times. drizzle a little EV yolk on top of this, and we'll fold it. for our first stretching fold. This is sticky dough, so you're gonna wet your hands. You're gonna reach under, pull, stretch, fold it over. Turn the bowl one time. Do the same. Pull, stretch, fold it over. Second time. Pull, stretch, fold it over. Last fold. Dip your fingers. Pull, stretch, fold it over. Scrape all your goodies down out of your bowl. Make sure it's in contact with the rest of the dough. And we'll set our timer for 30 minutes again, and we'll be back to do this again. We have to do this 3 to 4 times, which is an hour and a half to 2 hours. But I mean, you're just sitting around letting the dough do its thing. So, be back. And since I love you guys so much, and I didn't want to put you through the painstaking process of me peeling all of this garlic, I'm making confit garlic and garlic oil. So this is a bunch of cloves of peeled garlic and some extra virgin olive oil. And I'm gonna cook this really, really low for about an hour till the garlic is super soft and melty and the oil is infused with the garlic flavor. And I'll be back to let you know what I'm doing next. I am back for our second stretching fold. See how quickly this dough has gotten now? Back to our warm water. Reach under. Stretch. Fold. Turn the bowl. Reach under. Stretch. Fold. Sticky dough. Then turn bowl. Reach under. We're developing those big old bubbles that we want in this focaccia. That's what makes it amazing. Stretch and fold. Okay. I'm gonna cover it. We'll wash your hands real quick. We'll cover it again. And let's get it extra jiggly, see? Now we'll cover this again for another 30 minutes, and that will be our third. We'll do 4, and then we'll bake it. There's an overnight version where you can put it in the fridge and let it ferment for 24 hours to 48 hours. I'll try that one another time. I ain't got time for that. I want to have this today for tomorrow. They're gonna make some shrimp skin and have this focaccia bread and some salad. That's my thoughts right now. I don't know. Ready for our third stretching fold when we come back. Okay guys, I'm back and we're on our third stretching fold. You see how puffy and jigging that dough is? Beautiful, right? Okay, so we're gonna wet our hands, reach under, stretch. See, it's getting all stretchy now. And fold. Turn in a quarter, stretch, and fold. It's not as sticky anymore. One more time, stretch, fold, and the last and fourth, dip, stretch, and fold. Okay, so now we got our dough all happy back down together, and our last rise is 30 minutes again. And then we'll do one more stretch and fold, and then we'll be done with stretch and folding. Then we'll have one more rise once we put it in the pan, and we will be ready to go. And our garlic confit is cooking slowly over here. The garlic is getting all brown now, so it smells amazing. Be right back. I'm going to take my confit garlic, which is just garlic cooked slowly in oil, and I'm gonna pour it off the oil because we'll be using some of this oil. This is the best ever garlic infused olive oil that you could ever have. You can cook with it, you can drizzle with it. It smells so good. I wish I had smell-o-vision so you guys could smell this, and this is what the confit garlic looks like. So we're gonna blend this with some butter and herbs and a little bit of this olive oil, and that's what we'll drizzle on top and mash down into our focaccia when we start the dimpling process. But I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I'll let you guys know what that is when we get to it. Okay, happy people, so we're on this last stretch and fold. Oh my goodness. We'll stick it to the towel sometimes. See how big that thing is? And that jiggle, that lets you know it has lots of air bubbles, which we want. So back into our water bowl. One at the bottom. Stretch and fold. Probably need to get this off the stove. Turn it a quarter of the way. Stretch and fold. Do it again. Stretch and fold. One more time. Stretch and fold. So we're gonna let it sit for another 30 minutes, and then we'll take it out. We're not stretching and folding, we're just gonna put it in the pan this time. And roll it around in olive oil and all the goodies, and then we'll have to let it rise for another hour. We'll let all the put all the toppings on top. I'll make the garlic confit, we'll come back to do that. And I plan on putting some red onions and cherry tomatoes and some sea salt. And of course, some of my garlic olive oil drizzle. Yum, yum, yum. So good to that. Okay, guys, so this is not really a stretch and fold, but we're going to stretch and fold, and then we're putting it into the pan where we're baking. So this is my pan. We're going to put some of our infused garlic olive oil in here. 3 or 4 tablespoons. I know y'all might be thinking, ooh, that's a lot of oil, but actually it requires that much. We're gonna drizzle some olive oil. We're gonna roll that around the pan. Make sure the whole pan is nice and coated. A little bit more. Don't be stingy with the olive oil. It gives it this flavor and its crispness. You can't skimp on it. It's a big bread, so it'll be distributed evenly. So instead of water this time, I'm gonna dip my hands into the oil. Stretch and fold. We got big air bubbles, which makes me happy. Stretch and fold. 2 more times. And then we're gonna dump it into this pot and we'll stretch it a couple of times in there too. Okay. And now we'll dump it in its bed. Make sure we get all those yummies out. We don't want to leave any. And now we'll pick it up, then fold in half, drop it on top of itself. We'll do that again the other direction. Let it drop on top of itself. And then we'll do it again and let it drop on top of itself. And now we'll kind of stretch it out into the pan without busting all the bubbles. What we want. So we're going to try to stretch and move and stretch. It's not going to fill the pan yet, but the next round when we come back, we'll check it after 30 minutes and we'll stretch it some more and push it out some more. So this time we're going to take this pan. We're going to flip it on top. This time, instead of 30 minutes, it's going to be an hour, so be back. Okay, so now to make our garlic confit butter. In the beginning, I told you when I made the garlic confit. So now we put some butter in here, some fresh basil, some salt, a little garlic powder, and we're gonna put a little drizzle of this delicious garlic olive oil in there as well. And now to mix it. So now that we have our bread all nice and golden, we can see how nice and golden it is. We're going to drizzle on a little bit of this garlic olive oil. Now put some on my fingers. It's time to get dirty. Making dimples. Press it all the way down with our fingers. Okay, so we're gonna take our homemade confit garlic butter and put it all over. And then we'll come back and we'll massage it into the bread. Again, make sure that's right. These bubbles are bursting. Okay, I put some fresh basil. Go back in there so it goes down in the dents in the hole. And that's that. I'm going to sprinkle some red onion. I'm going to toss this whole. Make it boo-boos. It'll burn. Those will burn. I'm going to toss it in a little bit of olive oil first, or some type of oil, so that they don't burn. Because the temperature is pretty high on the oven. Now it's ready to go in for about 20 to 25 minutes. Supposedly 400. You notice because my gum is living, I don't know temperature. Okay guys, bread is done. At least I think it is. I know it is. So we're going to take it out. And brush it down with the rest of this delicious garlic butter, confit garlic butter spread that I made. So it'll be nice and yummy. I'm going to save the rest of this to slather it on something because I know it'll be delicious. Can't waste it though. So there we go. You hear that crisp? Hear that crunch? But you see how airy and soft it is? Deliciousness. All right, guys. That's my end of my cook for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said before, if there's something that you're interested in seeing me make or bring it into Quita's Kitchen in Ghana, then just let me know. But until then, see you next video.